Imagine a place so cold that all motion stops, a place where the very essence of movement is frozen in time. Not just the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, but the very vibration of atoms themselves. Atoms, the building blocks of everything, would cease their dance. This is the realm of absolute zero, the lowest possible temperature, a chilling -273.15 degrees Celsius. It's a place where the concept of heat loses all meaning. It's a theoretical limit, a point on the thermometer we can get close to but never truly reach. Scientists have come incredibly close, but absolute zero remains just out of reach. The laws of thermodynamics, those ironclad rules of the universe, prevent us from ever plunging into this ultimate abyss. These laws dictate that energy cannot be completely removed from a system. Energy wants to spread out, to flow from hot to cold. This natural tendency is what keeps absolute zero at bay. Even the most perfectly isolated system will always leak a tiny bit of heat, preventing it from reaching absolute zero. This leakage is an unavoidable reality of our universe. But what if we could break the rules? What if we could defy the very principles that govern our existence? What if for a moment, we could imagine our planet succumbing to this ultimate chill? Picture Earth, a frozen orb, suspended in the vastness of space. The consequences would be nothing short of catastrophic, a cosmic spectacle of frozen stillness. Cities would be encased in ice, oceans turned to solid expanses, and life as we know it would come to a standstill. Let's embark on this thought experiment, a chilling yet fascinating journey to explore what happens when Earth takes a dip in the universe's ultimate freezer. Join us as we delve into the mysteries and marvels of absolute zero, a place where the impossible becomes a tantalizing possibility. At everyday temperatures, the world is a dance of motion. Atoms jitter, molecules vibrate, and everything from the air we breathe to the ground we walk on is in a constant state of flux. But as temperatures plummet towards absolute zero, this frenetic dance slows to a crawl. At absolute zero, the music stops. Atoms would cease their perpetual jiggle, locked in place as if frozen in time. The air itself, normally a chaotic soup of nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases, would transform. Gases would condense into liquids, then freeze solid, coating the Earth in a layer of frozen air. This stillness has strange consequences for the very nature of matter. Exotic states, like Bose-Einstein condensates, could emerge. In this bizarre state, individual atoms lose their identities, behaving like one giant superatom. Now imagine this deep freeze engulfing our planet. The entire Earth, from the highest mountain peaks to the deepest ocean trenches, would be covered in a thick layer of ice. Cities would be buried under snow and forests would be frozen solid. The consequences would be immediate and catastrophic. Infrastructure would collapse under the weight of the ice, and transportation would come to a standstill. Power grids would fail, plunging the world into darkness. Life as we know it would cease to exist in an instant. Plants and animals, unable to adapt to the sudden drop in temperature, would perish. Human life would be unsustainable in such extreme conditions. All biological processes, from the beating of our hearts to the firing of our neurons, rely on chemical reactions. These reactions are finely tuned to occur at specific temperatures. At absolute zero, these reactions would grind to a halt, enzymes would no longer function, and cellular processes would stop. The very essence of life would be frozen in time. The atmosphere wouldn't fare much better. The air we breathe would become dense and heavy, making it difficult to inhale. Nitrogen, the most abundant gas in our air, would liquefy and pool on the surface, creating hazardous conditions, followed by oxygen freezing into a solid. Breathing would become impossible and all aerobic life forms would suffocate. The skies, once vibrant with clouds and color, would turn into a bleak, frozen dome. The sun's rays would be unable to penetrate the thick ice, casting the world into perpetual twilight. Oceans, once teeming with life, would transform into vast, icy wastelands. Waves would freeze mid-crash, creating surreal, frozen sculptures. And marine life, from microscopic plankton to gigantic whales, would be instantly encased in solid ice. The rich biodiversity of the oceans would be lost forever. The Earth would become a silent, frigid tomb, a once vibrant and thriving planet, now a lifeless icy shell drifting through the cosmos. But the consequences of absolute zero run even deeper, reaching into the very heart of our planet. Earth's interior, a place of molten rock and churning currents, would experience a dramatic shutdown. Plate tectonics, The engine driving the movement of continents and the formation of mountains would grind to a halt. Volcanoes, once fiery vents for the planet's inner heat, would fall silent. The Earth's crust, no longer constantly reshaped and renewed, would lock into place. This geological quietude would have profound effects on the planet's surface. Without the constant recycling of rocks and minerals, the processes of erosion and weathering would eventually grind down mountains and fill in valleys. The Earth's surface would become a flat, featureless expanse. Perhaps the most significant consequence of a frozen Earth lies in the heart of our planet, its core. The Earth's magnetic field, generated by the churning of molten iron in the core, would slowly fade away. This magnetic field is our invisible shield, protecting us from the constant bombardment of charged particles from the sun, known as the solar wind. Without it, the solar wind would strip away our atmosphere, leaving Earth a barren and exposed rock. The loss of our magnetic field would also expose us to harmful radiation from space, making the surface uninhabitable. Life, even if it could somehow survive the initial freeze, would be extinguished without this vital protection. Section 6. A misunderstood chill, the global cooling myth. The idea of Earth freezing over might seem like a far-fetched scenario, and rightfully so. In reality, our planet is facing quite the opposite problem: global warming. There's a persistent myth circulating that back in the 1970s, scientists were predicting a coming ice age. This myth has been debunked time and time again. While a handful of papers did discuss the possibility of cooling, the vast majority of scientific research at the time pointed towards the warming we're experiencing today. The misconception likely arose from media reports that sensationalized these few outlier studies. The reality is that the scientific consensus on climate change has been remarkably consistent. Our planet is warming and human activity is the primary driver. Section 7. The real threat, our warming planet. The evidence is overwhelming. Global temperatures have been steadily rising, with the last few decades being the hottest on record. Ice caps are melting at an alarming rate, sea levels are rising, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense. While a frozen Earth might make for a compelling apocalyptic scenario, it's the warming of our planet that poses the real and present danger. The consequences of inaction are dire, with potentially catastrophic impacts on human civilization and the natural world. We must shift our focus from the hypothetical deep freeze to the very real threat of a fevered planet. The time for action is now, before the consequences become irreversible. Section 8. A delicate balance, life's fragile grip. The hypothetical scenario of a frozen Earth, while extreme, highlights a fundamental truth. Life exists within a delicate balance. Our planet's temperature, its atmosphere, its magnetic field, all these factors are perfectly tuned to support the web of life we see around us. Even slight deviations from this balance can have profound consequences. We're witnessing this firsthand with climate change, as seemingly small increases in global temperatures are already causing significant disruptions to ecosystems and human societies. The Earth is a complex and interconnected system, and even seemingly small changes can cascade into larger, unpredictable consequences. We must treat our planet with care, recognizing the delicate balance that makes life possible. Section 9. Our collective responsibility, safeguarding our future. The hypothetical journey to absolute zero, while impossible in reality, serves as a stark reminder of our planet's vulnerability. It illustrates the extreme conditions that could arise if we fail to take care of our environment. The icy landscapes and cooling Earth are metaphors for the chilling consequences of inaction. While we may not face the threat of a cosmic freeze, the very real challenge of climate change demands our immediate attention. Melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events are just a few of the alarming signs. These changes are not distant threats. They are happening now, affecting communities worldwide. The future of our planet, and the fate of all life that calls it home, rests in our hands. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that future generations inherit a world where they can thrive. By coming together, we can make a significant impact. We must act collectively and decisively to reduce our impact on the environment. Simple actions like recycling, reducing waste, and participating in community cleanups can make a big difference. Every small effort counts when it comes to protecting our planet. Transitioning to sustainable energy sources is crucial. Solar panels, wind turbines, and electric cars are not just technological advancements. They are essential steps towards a greener future. Embracing these technologies can significantly reduce our carbon footprint. We must also protect the delicate balance that sustains us. Conservation efforts such as protecting rainforests, restoring coral reefs, and safeguarding wildlife are vital. These ecosystems are the lungs and lifeblood of our planet. The challenges are great, but so too is our capacity for innovation and cooperation. Scientists, engineers, and communities are working tirelessly on sustainable projects. Their efforts showcase the power of human ingenuity and collaboration. By working together, we can create a future where both humanity and the natural world can thrive. Urban green spaces, community farming, and harmonious living with nature are examples of how we can coexist sustainably, ensuring that our planet remains a vibrant and hospitable home for generations to come is not just a dream, it is a necessity. Let us commit to safeguarding our future by taking action today.